Hello everybody, my name's Rebecca and today I would like to talk to you about what happens when magic meets the mundane. So since this is the first video in this series I randomly thought of like 5 minutes ago, I want to explain a little bit. I am a big proponent of the fact, to me, what the fact is that life in and of itself is magical, is that there's lots of magic to be found in the mundane, that the two can meet. They don't have to be separate, as in my opinion gets perpetrated in our community, the idea that the magic and the mundane are separate. I personally have had a lot of struggles with that idea, with the separation of the two. It's been very unhealthy for me. So I'm a huge advocate of like, bring on the magically mundane crap. Smudge the two together. And yet, here I am, and I have two journals. And this one's really my magic stuff, and this one's everyday planning stuff. So I thought I would start this series, and the first thing I want to talk about is what happens when my magical journaling and my planning collide, and how I make the two kind of go together. So first, the reason I have two is because like I don't keep magic stuff out of my Filofax. I have Filofax tours up in the cards that you can go and check out. I have my goddess, I have my intention. This is full of magic as well. Its purpose is largely for planning, so that way I can dive into and actually plan my magical mundane life. And then at the end of it, when I'm done with the pages, I can recycle them. But what happens when I want to plan something that requires action steps? Well, I decided that on the fly when it came up. I was in my book of shadows, which that's what this is, and it's journaling, it's some planning spreads. I have videos of this you can check out above in the cards. Well, I was journaling, and I ended up thinking of what I wanted to do for Samhain, which is coming up in a few days. So I, on the fly, decided how to handle it between the two, and I wanted to talk to you about that. I'm not going to show you the actual pages of like my Samhain journaling right now because it hasn't happened yet. So, but what happened was I was in my book and I was journaling, and through journaling I figured out, okay, I wanted to do a ritual, and I had certain action steps I wanted to take, certain things I wanted to make sure I got done so that way I could do the ritual. So then I grabbed my Filofax. I turned to the back, and I actually grabbed this small piece of paper. I knew I had a smaller piece of paper, so I grabbed it, I hole punched it, and on the front side, I wrote down my action items. So now what I have is a system that I actually really like. So, and this is in my daily section. So here's my bookmark for my dailies. Here's my today's list. Here's my weekly. So this is what I intend to do. I intend to, when it comes to planning, this is what I use for planning. For all things planning, magic, mundane, where the two meet, doesn't matter. All my planning stuff goes in here. All of my like organizing shit goes in here. So if I separate it and start putting some of that in my book of shadows, that's when I run into trouble. So I'm not going to do that. This is all the stuff that I want to keep, that it has sentimental purpose, because I have, that will be my third, I believe. Yeah, my third complete book of shadows. I have two complete already, and I'm going to film the walkthrough of my second one for you. So what I am doing is when I am journaling or I decide throughout life that I want to plan a ritual and it involves actual planning, I'm going to grab a similarly sized piece of paper, just smaller somehow, and I'll hole punch it, stick it in my dailies while I'm working on that ritual, write out the things I need to work on, and then when it's done, I take it out, this sentimental planning paper, and I'm going to tape it in to my Book of Shadows on the page where I reflect about the ritual. I really like this idea because I think it works well for, it makes sense to my brain. I like I said, I can't separate the planning and put the planning over there because then I'll forget about it. I will forget to plan my ritual if it's literally just in there. But I have this here. I see it every day. So, and I know when the ritual is supposed to be for. So I'm seeing the deadline, quote unquote. So I'm working on the steps. And that's one of the things I really love about the file packs. Not everything in here is the thing that will get recycled. This, which I don't care about once it's done, can get recycled. This card will go into my Book of Shadows. So that's how the two are kind of meeting. This is my active planning organizer. So if I need to actively plan and organize for a ritual, I will put the information in here in such a way that I can be reminded and work on it. And then once I'm done working on it, because I think having record of the planning process for rituals is an important part of record keeping for my practice, then I will take it and I will tape it into my book. That's really it. This new series idea is meant to be little like tidbits of like, when the magic meets the mundane, what the fuck do you do? Well, here's what I do. When magical journaling practice reflection meets planning, mundane planning, what do I do? And this is it. This is what I do. I put the shit in here until it's done. Then I put it back in there, to put it the most simply. Anyways, that's all I've got for you today. I hope you enjoyed. Please let me know in the comments down below, what do you do with this process? Do you do your planning just writing your Book of Shadows and have a separate planner? I love talking about this stuff. So let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you another time. I hope you have an awesome, awesome day and that you are keeping healthy and well. Much love. Bye.